Hey, everybody, Jim Cummings here. And if Tigger were here, he'd say, thanks, everybody, for bouncing on in here and enjoying the show. But before we go, I want you to do me a small favor. Hit like, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the show. Now, speaking of enjoying the show, enjoy the show. Welcome to another Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. I am Jim Cummings. Producer Chris is here. I know what you're thinking, but where's Tress MacNeille? Ta-da! Your answers, your prayers have been answered. And the crowd did not go mild, they went wild. And that's a beautiful thing. Tress is a dear friend in the real world, and from heart to heart, we've known each other. And I was talking to Chris on the way over, I think that you are gotta be like right next door to the first person I ever met in this business.
I believe I might have been.
You might have had a month on me.
Right. You were I had been working for Bob Lloyd for since 1979. Mm-hmm. And I think I might have met you about 1982 or something.
Mm-hmm. Something like that, yeah.
And I'm not sure the chronology, but when I first met you, of course, I was crazy about you right from the beginning. We were, I think, we weren't auditioning on something together, but you were coming into Bob's to audition for something.
The voice caster, by the way.
Yeah, the voice caster. And I was working for him, like I said, and also taking classes and trying to become a voice actor. But
how'd that work out?
You know, I'm still working on it.
Yeah,
sending out demos and hoping, making friends.
So good news.
And I believe that you were still working at the video store. I want to say that you were working at Tower Records or something.
Yeah, video. Yeah, video.
A video store. And was it Orange County?
Yeah, Anaheim Hills.
Yeah, it was a fur piece because you would come to audition and it took you a little while.
Yeah, I lived in Corona.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow, living the dream out there.
Yes, behind the orange curtain.
Right from Ohio, right to...
Right there, behind the orange curtain.
Yeah.
The dreaded...
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, I'm
great.
from Long Beach.
So
I'm from Long Beach originally.
You understand the concept.
Yeah, I do, very much so. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, life is good.
So, we were off to the races.
We were, and we were lucky enough to be in the voiceover business at the time when there were... things were just blossoming, and there weren't a whole lot of people doing voiceover, which was great. Right. There were about 50 of us.
Yes.
And which was fine because it was we would tell each other, keep it a secret, don't tell anyone about this.
Yeah,
because it was such a sweet gig. And we were just hoping that we could parlay enough of those small sessions. And that's how I relied. That's how I made my living, was one radio session at a time. There were no residuals. There were no royalties. There were no reuses. There was no nothing. You went in there, boom. And, hopefully you would get paid, a couple of months later.
A couple of bucks. Yeah, a couple of months later is right. That's about right.
And, of course, I kept track of every dollar.
Yes,
and
you and me both.
You had to, because we were pretty poor.
Yeah, and it was a new world for me.
Right, and we just didn't know if we were ever going to work again.
Yep.
I remember thinking, "Oh, God, please, God, if I could just, say, what if I could get a job a month?
Yeah,
one job a month, and that would augment my." My waitressing and my catering.
Sure, yeah.
And, and somehow I would make it through. And then I'm thinking, okay, please, God, if I could just do a couple a month.
Maybe just.
Then it was, can you imagine what life would be like if you did one voiceover a week?
Every single week.
And now it's just like, well, I got to do one a day. Please, look at I'm doing one a day. And then, if we're lucky enough, as I know you and I have been, then it was multiple times a day.
Yes, it was.
So much so that hired a driver to take you here, and there.
I went the Don LaFontaine route.
That's right, which was beautiful.
For about 8 or 9 years even. So,
yeah. I was going.
Well, you were
from
smart. You lived closer.
Studio, Yeah, always advice that I gave to others, and that was, you may be tempted to live out further. Don't do it. Just think. You want
Look
to
what Cummings has to do every day.
I know. You want to be close enough to be able to be shower shaved and shampooed out the door and ready to audition, which was the key to my success. And that's something that Bob, the voice caster, kind of inculcated. And that was approach this like an athlete. You want to be trained. You want to be suited up. You want to be ready to go every single day, whether or not you have a job. There's always something that you can do for your career. You can work on your resume. You can work on your tape. You can take a class.
You can post something online, which isn't there yet, but it will be.
It won't be, but get ready. Get your skills up. Learn to code.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
so true.
We did approach it like athletes.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we thrived.
Well, I always said I have a very blue-collar approach toward a no-collar career.
Yeah. I like that, no collar.
And I know all about colors of blue.
Yes.
From steel mills and deckhanding and
I know. If anyone else,
jobs.
I think of you as having an excellent skill stack. And I think that makes for an excellent voice actor, having had many jobs and many skills, maybe not skills so much, but many jobs.
Yes.
And being
I'm skilled with that shovel.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
But you take direction and you do what you're told.
Yes, I do.
And you just go, yes, I'm going to do this. And you persevere. And that's what, being an actor is doing what you're told and persevering.
And do it often.
Yes.
Have them tell you things often.
Yes.
Maybe daily, maybe a couple times a day.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Repetition is good.
Yeah.
And you just might make it. Now, I don't really recommend it for anybody these days.
It's tough.
I'm scared for them.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's I remember we were talking about it before with our dear friend Gordon Hunt, God rest his soul.
Oh, I love Gordon.
His How to Break into Show Business. His I want to say the 5th chapter was How to Break into Voiceover. Don't bother. There are 12 people that do this in California, and you're not one of them. Now, for chapter 6, how to break into, a ballerina. Sure, we got tons of stuff on that, but voiceover
that's Gordon,
not so much.
Which is so sardonic, and he was, a coach, and I'm sure that he was being sassy and provocative, but although probably correct. But that doesn't stop people from pursuing their dream. I mean, it wouldn't have stopped me. I would say, yeah, thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, well, see, I've read that like 5 years into the business, and I was thinking, well, thank God I didn't read this 5 years ago.
I know, you would have been discouraged.
So I said, no, don't bother, huh? Well, okay, well,
all right.
The world needs delivery boys, too.
That's right.
Yeah, the world needs ditch diggers, too.
Yeah, and I was trying to think, what am I going to do? Yeah. What am I going to do? Yeah. My first job out of college was an insurance adjuster and working for Fireman's Fund in San Francisco. And I thought, oh, God, I can't do this forever. Oh, no. Oh, no. It was fine work, but it was monotonous as hell. And
I would think.
And
but this is better than.
This is better than.
Yeah,
yes, I would say just a step above that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never a dull moment in our business, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, and it's and I remember, oh gosh, I don't even know where we were. Maybe at B&B, and we're talking about this, we're talking about that. I think Michael Bell might have been there, different other people. And it occurred to me, because you were talking about doing something earlier, and I was talking about doing something later, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, wait a minute, maybe I think I might be the male Tress MacNeille. And I think she might be the female Jim Cummings.
I think maybe so.
And I was thinking, okay.
Yeah,
That'll work.
only prettier.
Yeah, yeah. But I remember thinking that because
You had a better mullet, man. I know that.
What?
You had a better mullet.
Oh yes, I did. I had
Good-looking hair.
I had lots of hair. Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only on my back now. Here, I'll show. No, I won't. Okay. I gave myself chills. But yeah, those were good times, you know. You know, you go up, you show, and I just thought that this is how it worked. You know, you show up, you read a few lines, they call you the next day, and then you go to work, and because you got the job. And now everybody in the universe it does voiceover.
I know.
And it was because of the interwebs and the home studios, right? They're everywhere now, which is fine. And I celebrate that because I got mines.
Well, that's and you know what? That's why we're smiling now.
Yeah.
Because if we were still trying to pursue that dream and having to audition and really search for work, we'd be two miserable human beings. I don't know if I would have been able to stay in it. For long, if I had to. I mean, I was always grateful that I was in voiceover rather than on camera because, you know, I would be able to age gracefully. But that was a luxury, not having to worry about your looks. And I always thought...
you didn't have a worry. I remember you were 10 times prettier than Lucille Ball. Oh, Ricky, he's so fine.
Well, she was tall.
She was tall. Wow.
But she was tall. You can't fake that. Well, I suppose you can somewhat, but I was always glad that voiceover was my world and never on camera. I did do a couple of things, but it was only accidentally because out of my association with the Groundlings, I was with the Groundlings, you know, for 9 years, I think, and which was great.
And the Groundlings, for everybody that doesn't know, both of you, is a groundbreaking improv group out of Hollywood, down on Groundling Theater on Melrose. Yeah,
yes, sir.
On Melrose Theater. That's like
and many
ground
wonderful
zero.
Actors and actresses to have come out of there.
I was going to say you're a part of a hell of an alumni.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman, Phil Hartman.
Were you there the same time as Mindy Sterling?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mindy Sterling, who's a doll, and Lorraine Newman. I was after her, but John Lovitz, Cassandra Peterson, you know, Will Ferrell, Sherry O'Terry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing but names.
Nat Faxon. They're nothing but names.
Nothing but big names, but for real names.
To somebody.
Yeah.
To somebody.
To big names. Wow.
Yeah.
What a grand tradition, right?
Yeah, and really a very helpful pursuit, improv, if you are looking to stay and thrive in the world of voiceover, because being quick on your feet,
Helps.
I don't have to tell you, is the way you get the job done and the way you improve every piece of material that comes your way. And pretty soon producers come to rely on you, or, you know, hope that you will poop things up.
Yeah.
Bring it to their little spot and maybe just kind of polish things up just a bit. And you never go too far, you know, because you don't want to insult the writers or the material. But if you can just add a little something here and there.
Yeah, I remember one time I was too notorious.
Oh, no.
And it was our dear friend Mark Zaslov, who's a great, brilliant writer. And I was doing, I think I was Og. I was a caveman. And
I think I was on that series.
Yeah, I'm sure we all. And he goes, "Okay, that's really good. That's so much better than mine. Would you read mine? Just go ahead and read mine. Read it. Just say the words." And I go, "Oh, all right." And I kind of felt bad.
That reminds me of a little story that you told me once about reading bedtime stories to your little girls.
Oh God!
And so his little girls, you know, getting ready for bed, and Jim's going to read him a bedtime story. And so he's doing all the voices and doing his poo. And then the monster said, "Blah, blah, blah." And the little girl said, "Oh, Daddy, can't you just read it normal?"
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Could you just go ahead and read it?
Just read it the regular way.
Don't do voices.
Don't do voices.
And I said, Missy, those voices will put you through college.
That's right. That's right.
Take that, Missy.
That's right. Just bringing too much to the performance.
Yeah, well, if as problems go, I'll take that one.
Yeah, there are situations when you don't want to improvise well at all. When we first started, there was not a whole lot of improv. You read what was on the page and you did what you were told. And I remember being shocked a little bit. I think it was in Chippendale's Rescue Rangers when there was someone in the cast who was bringing putting a little too much sauce on his or her part. And I thought, oh, that's so uncalled for. I mean, why are they doing that? And I was a little shocked. And over time, things loosened up a little bit. There are shows like The Simpsons and even Futurama, of course. These shows that are so brilliantly written, as are all of our shows. But those shows in particular, I mean, they have these huge writing staffs.
Yeah.
And they plan every word. And so I never mess with those. I never mess with those. You can.
It ain't broke, so don't fix it.
That's right. And you can kind of make it your own within the parameters of the written word. But I never really even bothered to improv in a show like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't need it.
Why bother? Yeah. They're it's already golden.
Yeah, right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Boy, and I was going to bring that up. That what a wonderful franchise to just series to be associated with. The actual biggest TV show of all time.
I know.
How about that?
Isn't that wild?
How about that?
Isn't that wild?
I tell you that's
And that's some.
Yeah.
But it
is. It really is.
Yeah, I feel. Well, thank you. I mean, believe me, that was a happy accident.
Nothing wrong with that.
I didn't get on that party train until the second year, and just doing Walla, and ADR, just post stuff, and then I let myself be known within those sessions, and those are sessions that you can improv a little bit and bring a little bit more.
Send up a little flair here and there.
And so then they started to have me come in and do scratch for the actors who weren't going to be there that day.
I know what happened then.
Or they're celebrities. I would do celebrity impressions, or if they had some singing that they needed to be done, well, then they'd have old Tress do it. So I was fine with all of that, happy to be of service.
Sure.
Because I remember
it all comes out in the wash.
Every Wednesday night, I would hope, because we would get scripts on Wednesday night. I would never know if I was, for years, I didn't know if I was going to be working until late Wednesday night. And I would just pray that someone was going to be sick. Oh, Yardley, don't get a cold and don't come in tomorrow. And every once in a while, my prayers would come true, and they'd call me up and they'd say, "Can you come in?" And oh, yes, I'll be there. And so that was a really nice way. I mean, it wasn't great money or anything, but over years you can kind of build up a little bit, and before you know it, you have a real paycheck.
Yeah, and the residuals are our friend.
Yes,
Boy,
they are.
They are our
yes,
friends.
they are. Though I never, ever in my career have counted on residuals because, number one, I couldn't figure it out. If you try to keep track, you'll lose your mind. Trying to, now, if you want to keep track of your sessions,
that's different.
That's different. And I keep real good track of that.
Yeah.
And
that's an easy one.
Yeah. And so I know what I've done and what should be coming in. But keeping track of your residuals, that's just impossible.
Yeah, because you don't know where it's playing.
Yeah. And so when you do get a residual check, that is called gravy. Right there.
Yes, it's called Thank You, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Thank you, Lord. yeah, we'll
True
take
that.
that.
True that.
Let's go get a car.
Oh, you want him? Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, gosh. So now, lately, you are here and there doing some conventions.
Yes, I do.
Here and there, not too many.
Well,
right?
we didn't do, my husband Mike and I,
of course.
did not go this year. Last year we did go, and we saw you and your beautiful wife there, and Chris, the lovely Chris. We went to Salt Lake City and New York City, I think, which are two of the finer cons, though it seems like every one we go to is really, really nice. But we do particularly like Salt Lake City, and New York has always been really, really good for us. So who knows, maybe this next year, as we get further and further away from the height of Animaniacs and things like that, I don't know if they'll be asking for me, but since we do so many cartoons, it just seems like the composite of our careers will always be a pretty good draw.
Yeah. And I noticed when Disney Plus came out, because as much Warner Brothers as I've done, I've still done much more for Disney.
Yes.
And, I'd mentioned it before. There'll be a little 7-year-old come up, and he's dressed as Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
And I said, oh, well, good. That show went off the air 20 years before you were born. So and the dad's, are we raising them right? Showing me the DVDs, but nowadays it's all Disney Plus, and I checked it. I'm on X amount of shows on there.
You mean like about 20? Yeah, I know. Mike's always saying, "Oh, look, you're on that one, and 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 that one."
Yeah, I couldn't go to a page and not see one of them.
Right.
So I thought, okay, well then, good.
That's good.
Watch, everybody.
Yeah, keep watching.
Keep watching.
That's fine.
I'll be right here.
For Disney Plus and the Disney shows that we do, for the most part, there are, what I call my baby shows, and you and I, of course, are in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse 2.0 or 2.5, whatever it is.
Whatever it is now,
and also Mickey Mouse Funhouse and Mickey Mouse Road Races.
Outhouse is my favorite. Mickey Mouse Outhouse.
Now we have another one, the shorts. You do the shorts.
Oh, yes.
This one's called
those are cool.
Pet Hotel, and or Mickey Mouse Bow Tunes, Yeah,
and they look really interesting. They look like the old school ones.
Yeah.
Which is
very interesting art.
Yeah, and it's got a little of that Krish-Falusi.
Oh, but that's
thing.
That's
you know what I'm talking about? The one
that's a House of Mouse.
Is that
or with those crazy guys?
Yes.
Paul and that team. I love those cartoons.
I do too.
At first, when I saw them, what is it called? Not World of Mickey. It's it's like World of Mickey, I think. And
send a cards and letters
House
in,
of
folks.
Mickey
Help
or
us
House
out.
of
Yes.
House of
House of Squeakville.
Oh man, but the art is very John Krzyzewski or whatever you say his name. And when I first saw it, I was a little disturbed. I thought, oh no, man, they're making it too Mad Magazine, man. It's just too crazy. And now I really dig it.
Yeah,
I think maybe it's supposed to come back, isn't it? Don't tell me they already started.
I won't.
Don't.
And if they did, they
haven't called you up yet?
Yeah,
they'll be calling you, I'm sure. I think it's in the works.
Yeah.
I think there's that's again in the works, and they're a joy to work for.
Oh yeah. Well, and it helps if you're the bad guy, and because they can't really have a villain. But you just need Pete to go in there and screw things up.
Oh, I've always, I kid around in sessions with Kelly Ward, our director, who's great.
Great guy.
And I always, I'm talking a little bit about, I trash talk Donald and say, oh, he's so angry. Oh, settle down. Ooh, here comes Pete.
Oh.
Pete'll fix it.
Well,
Ask
there you
Pete.
go, little missy.
I like your overalls, Pete.
Well, All I have to do is unsnap this.
Oh, don't get her started. Well, anyway, I always, have this big flirtation with Pete going on in front of your back. So.
Yeah, in front of my back. Thank you for that. That is good. Oh, man. I love it. And I was trying to think how many. Are you sure we did 2 episodes of 65 of Chippendale?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Because was that me? Because I don't know. I remember we did.
Well, we did.
Because you did X amount of Darkwings. And
I did
X
few
amount of
Darkwings.
Animaniacs.
Yeah, but you did.
We'd ping pong back and forth.
Maybe you're thinking of, there was
65 episodes. I just checked it. 65 for Chippendale.
65 at Chippendale.
Okay.
And then, but let me exaggerate.
How about Animaniacs, though?
But no,
She's got
Animaniacs.
tons of those.
Yeah. But I'm counting the ones that we did in the very beginning. So it would be Chippendale, and then.
Oh, yeah.
And then what was the one we did after that for Disney?
The gummy bears.
Where there
were
was
in there
gummy bears, the
somewhere.
Wuzzles,
the Wuzzles. I forgot about them.
well, tons of those. Oh,
Yeah.
what was the one with Jim Magon? The one that he did.
Oh, Tailspin.
Tailspin.
Tailspin was,
Yeah.
and Jim did. Gosh, my brain hurts.
Well, that's all right. It's just math.
Yeah, it's just math.
Yeah.
It's just numbers.
It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
But many of those, and that's what we used to do. It used to be 65.
Yeah.
65.
Yeah.
You got on the
And
show,
then
you were going to
they
do
went over.
65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you were lucky, 13 for network.
Yeah, right.
That's might be what I was thinking. I know we did that with Darkwing. We had like the network bought 2 of them.
Yeah, but
And,
there were a
so that
million,
ended up-
million of those little shows that
Yeah.
we did together.
Timon and Pumbaa was in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, I was Shenzi.
Bonkers.
yeah.
Bonkers.
Oh, good old Bonkers, yeah.
I was not a
Bonkers
regular
the
on
Bucket.
Bonkers, but I did quite a
You-
few
in
of those.
them. Oh, yeah. And,
Whenever they needed a chick,
yeah.
which wasn't all the time.
And I'm trying to think, were we ever married? I feel like I was
sure
married to
we've
April
been-
Winchell a lot.
Yeah.
These are conversations you can't have
She's
just
a love.
anywhere.
She's a love.
Yeah.
I'm sure we were, maybe, I don't know, in Freakazoid or something.
Could be. I wasn't married to Paul Rugg. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure along the way that we have, maybe in like the Disney, Lady and the Tramp or something like that. Were you Jim Darling?
Yes, I was, darling.
You were Jim Darling?
I was, darling.
I think
Jim.
maybe I was the wife in that.
Yeah, could be.
I was the Siamese
All
cat.
right. Well, now everybody will
Don't look it up, Brandon.
gives you something. Yeah, don't look it up. Give the kids at home
Because
something
in
to
my
do.
mind, yes, I did that role and that role and that role and that role. And I was married to Jim and this and that and this and that and this. And in my dreams.
And you were almost married to Charlie Adler, which is a sad little thing to say, but
Well-
it was kind of fun. Tiny Toons, right?
Well, yeah, but yes. No relation.
No
now,
relation.
in the new, I shouldn't even mention it, the new permutation of that show, they are their brother and sister.
Oh.
Yeah, but they still are flirting with each other and stuff. Well, they're rabbits. They're rabbits. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Yeah.
And it's biology.
Yes.
So, yes, my love, Charlie Adler. Yeah.
We have to get him on here one of these days.
Oh, God. For sure. He's hilarious, as you know.
Yeah.
He's shy.
Yeah,
But I think you
try
could
to get him out of his
you could
his
probably
little
get him
box there.
going. Yeah.
I wanted to share something with you because we're here on the podcast. Shall we bring this up? Christopher and I are very pleased. This came in the mail it feels like moments ago.
YouTube.
Because it was moments ago.
Did you get an award?
Look, we got a reward and an award for and it's look, and it's a box. They sent this box. I don't know what this is, but look at
is
this box.
awesome.
Look at that damn fine box. Anyway, get a load of this, folks. It says right here, presented to Toon'd In with Jim Cummings for passing 100,000 subscribers.
That's awesome. Honey, that's so great. I'm going to shine that up for you later on.
Thank you. Yeah, so I wanted to announce it in your magnificent presence.
Oh, wow. Baby, that is egg salad.
Yeah,
Right
so
there.
there you have it. We'll just sit it right here.
Okay. Hope it doesn't flash the camera.
Yeah. Oh, God, what did you do once you came in? I don't know.
Here, toss me that box.
You
Let me
had
get out
just
of
bought, I don't know what you did. You might have bought like an absurdly expensive watch or
No,
bracelet.
I don't do that.
No, I
don't
but
buy
you might have, well,
jewelry.
you know, I just had to hurry up and I can't.
Actually,
you
I
did
don't.
something like that.
Oh, what did
But
I?
I don't think I wasn't a watch. I don't know what it was.
Well, actually, I did buy a watch once from, I bought a Rolex from Pat Fraley because he used to recondition watches.
Yes.
I don't know where he got it, but, well, he's a very honest fellow. But
Yes.
he used to recondition watches, and I think maybe I might have been profiling.
Oh,
a
it could
little.
be. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, it was a
that
nice
sounds
little
about
watch.
right.
It had a leather band. Lost it.
Lost it. Ooh, I hate
Leather
that.
bands. You
I
got to
hate
be
that.
careful of those.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's why I don't wear any watches now.
That's right.
I'm afraid.
Well, besides, you know, if you're running a little behind, they'll wait for you.
Yeah. Well, but I
See?
never count on that. Do you? I know that you're
No.
probably always on time.
Well, when I'm late, I'm not. But yeah.
I try to always be on time, and
Who's always late?
Brian Cummings used to be
Brian
late.
Cummings,
Oh,
no
not-
relation.
Is that no relation?
But
I think we can say that. We used to give him such grief.
oh,
And the way it went, because we were working so much, this little crew of people, this group of voiceover people, there might be, 20 of us that were working every day, all day, and going from session to session. And you would have, if you had a session at 8 o'clock or 8:30, I remember it would start doing a session for Vaughn's. And Brian Cummings was the spokesperson for Vaughn's. And he was coming from East Jesus out there, also the Valley,
Yeah.
Valencia.
right. Yeah.
And
Valencia.
so he would be late, always running late, always something coming up. And he would set off the whole chain of events. If he was late, then the studio would be
yeah.
late, and all the talent would be late. And then it was just like he would set off this whole
Yeah.
chain of lateness and badness. And I remember once Terry McGovern, you remember Terry McGovern?
Oh, I do, of course.
He was a disc
Launchpad
jockey.
McQuack.
Huh?
He
Yes.
was Launchpad.
Oh my God, he
He was on
funny.
the podcast.
He did? Oh God, he's funny. He said, he went up to Brian and he said, "Brian, do you want to apologize?" And he said, "Nope." And I thought, that's brave right there. That's brave.
Yeah.
You know, to just know that you screwed everybody up.
And
And he's a love.
just-
and,
yeah,
you know,
he's a good guy.
it's just something that happened.
it's just
but
how it is.
the way it shook down in those days,
Yeah.
it was just like if one person's late, it was like the butterfly effect.
Yes, it was. And he had 14 kids.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that can't be quick.
There were things to do before you get out
Just
of the
saying
house.
goodbye.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye. Okay. All right, go. Okay. All right, Daddy, I'll see you later. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, I love you too. I know, seriously, I do.
That's right.
Yeah,
He had 8 kids, I think.
yeah. Was that all?
Yeah, 8, maybe 9 at the very end. I think they. Yeah, 9.
Well, you and I come from large families.
Yes. I'm one of 8
There
myself.
were 7 of us.
Yeah. See, that's why we're so well adjusted.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah, and you were
I'm right in the middle.
you're right in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Yeah.
See, we're normal.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother was, Bobby was 10 and a half years, and my brother
Older?
Terry, older.
And then
And
Terry's.
Terry's 9 years younger.
Yeah.
So 19-year span.
Yeah.
How big is yours? The span of siblings.
I don't know. We were all about 2 years apart. So,
Somewhere in the teens then.
yeah, I would say, 17, 18 years. Giving mom a vacation every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I've always been very thankful for my happy and large family, and can't really imagine what it would be like not to have that core support group, that core group of friends. And knowing that Kate Mulgrew, I remember she also was from a large family, like 13 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And I remember her
She
saying
wins.
once, she wins. She once said, if you're from a large family, you don't need friends. I thought it was cynical, but then
Yeah, a
I
little
thought,
cynical, but
you know what, she might be right. Because there's only just so much time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only just so many pain in the asses that you can endure.
I know. And you got to put up with them.
You got to put up with them. Yeah, no kidding.
The others are just recreation.
Yeah, that's so true. And now, so you were right in the middle. Now, did that see? Because I was right in the middle too, but it was weird because I had 4 older and 2 younger. So what happened was it was kind of screwed up. Dad was married first, and his first wife died. So he met my mom, and then I came along, and I thought that I was it. Because I was the first one that was born, and my grandma's world and all that was in it, and I came around, and God rest his soul. The reason it happened, I was so popular, is because God rest his soul. My brother Ricky died 2 months before I was born, so I ended up being the comfort baby.
Oh, you were the comfort baby.
I was, and which is nice.
Yeah.
But what happened is I was grandma's world and all that's in it because I distracted her away from poor Ricky.
Yeah.
And
That's probably what made you funny and
it
really
made me think on my feet.
a people pleaser.
A people pleaser, because come on, my baby, come on, my honey.
Oh, sure.
You know, I was all of that. And,
Jim, do that thing. Do the frog.
Yeah.
Do the frog.
Yeah, and it's true. You know, all those feminine dynamic things. It really worked that way.
I think that that had probably a lot to do with my piping up so often, and that was, you know, you needed to kind of distinguish yourself and make sure you got fed, and don't have them forget your birthdays and things like that. And so there was a lot of joking in our family.
Oh yeah,
And,
my dad was a crazy man.
Was he?
Very, very funny man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pissed off at me a lot, but I can understand. Can't blame him for that. That's on me.
That's on you.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yes. Oh, that sounded a little Joan Rivers.
I know. Grow up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And now I have to ask you, because I
Yes?
knew when I was 5, but when did you know that you were gonna not be an attorney or a doctor? Or
No, I wanted to be an attorney. I thought,
Yeah.
well, I guess that's what I'll do. After I graduate from college, I thought, and I married someone who went to law school, and I thought, when he's done, it's going to be my turn. And so, but right around that time, we got a divorce, and I went to broadcasting school. And but before that, radio was my first thing. So. But when I was a little kid, you know, I liked to do voices, like to do cartoon voices, and I loved Imogene Coca. And I live in her house now.
Oh, that's right.
I live in her house now.
That's right.
Yeah.
How cool
I loved
is that?
Imogene Coca, and I loved Rosalind Russell, and I loved Carol Burnett, but not as much as I loved Imogene and Rosalind Russell and Lucille Ball. I loved Lucy.
Of course.
And I thought, oh, that's great. They grow up, they dress up, and they make funny faces, and what a ball. But
And then someone pays them.
yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, I guess
That's not bad.
there's money involved, though. I think that
Yeah, that's
magically
not-
just lands in your lap.
Yeah.
But I was interested in cartoons, but going all through school, you know, I mean, I never imagined that I would go into any kind of showbiz. You know, that just isn't something that happened to kids from where I come from, Lakewood, California, and Long Beach. And we didn't know anybody, and we didn't have any connections. And so I never took any drama. And I went to college and never took
you were
any...
in plays as a kid?
No.
Different community theater or anything?
No.
No?
No, I was in the church choir.
There you go.
And we might have done a class play here and there, but nothing remarkable. But no, it was not like I was destined to be a thespian from an early age. I got hints of it when I did go to broadcasting school, and I was doing well in a voiceover class that came right after the main radio DJ program. And I soon discovered that I didn't want to be a DJ at all because it wasn't the gig that I thought it was going to be, which was, playing all the hits, everything that you loved.
I had a flirtation with that too.
Yeah, man, what could be better than playing your favorite music, and sending it out to everybody, but
Yeah, 1,500 times a day, and then you're sick of it.
Well,
So
yeah.
there's that too.
Yeah, it finally did happen. But no, you play what the program director tells you to play. And you play it at 6 o'clock in the morning in Palm Springs for no pay. And I said, oh, no, I can't do that scene.
Yeah, especially the 6 o'clock. That didn't help.
No,
It did not help
no,
a bit.
no, I'm still that way.
Yeah.
Not funny?
Yeah, I've
And
never changed.
Early mass, forget about it.
Yeah.
So I took this voiceover class and was introduced to Bob Lloyd, the voice caster. After that, the last day of class, my teacher, Dave Hall, the hullabalooer, said, "You have an audition in a half hour." And I went down to SSI, there, Santa Monica and Formosa.
Sound Services Incorporated.
That's right, with Terry. Remember Terry, the owner there? And we had a bunch of friends there.
Oh,
we were doing spots there all the time.
Oh,
and our engineer, Gary,
Yes.
who ended up over at Waves. And then, I went to Bob's workshop for years, and then I started to work for him during the strike.
Yeah.
I wasn't a
That's
member.
where I
of
met
that.
you.
Yeah.
At Bob's voice caster.
Yeah. And so just over time, I was able to get some skills.
Yeah, you were,
But
huh?
I didn't call myself an actor for many years because I dare not. Because I felt like I didn't have the
That's
CV for that, that I was coming at it from a different way. I was, kind of like sneaking up on it by being in casting. And, I would sit there in the studio all day long and listen to the auditions of all the greatest voice people. All the greatest voice people coming in, doing all the best work that existed and learning all their personalities. And I learned a million jokes, which I would then take over to the Groundling Theater.
Yeah.
It was
cool.
nothing but a scream all day long. All the best jokes. Bob
that's
Arbogast coming in,
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. And so,
Jeez.
all those old guys.
Yeah.
So I didn't call myself an actress for a long time, and I was hoping that I would be able to, get an occasional gig that would sweeten my life somehow. I didn't know really what I was going to do, but I was lucky enough to be able to hit it with Bob's help, and also my agent Rita Benari, who was very supportive of me. Because back in the beginning, I listened to tapes. I was no good.
I find that hard to believe.
Excuse me, I'll just take this.
Excuse me, I'll just take this.
Oh, it's Kamala Harris. No, I'm going to turn that. I'm going to turn that off. She'll go back.
Sure. Yeah, good.
So here, may I give that to you?
Will you give us
Thank
like
you.
6 more minutes, lady? Jesus Christ.
Come on.
God alrighty.
Yeah, I feel really blessed because I know that it was almost an accident. It was a happy.
No kidding.
It's like a happy accident that I had the the support and the forgiveness of these agents and these people. And also, it was at a time with much less groove-ballism and cynicism. And, it wasn't so dog eat dog.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all kind of like propping each other up as young voiceover people.
Yes.
And learning from each other, ripping each other off. That's all I did. You learn a little something, you hear a good joke, you spread it around, you use, I heard this impression, I'm going to do that. And then,
Yeah. Yeah. And whenever because a lot of times people will ask me, well, when you get a new character, when you got a new character, you had this wealth of characters in your life. And I'm sure you did what I've done half impression of your uncle.
Yes.
Of your aunt, of your cousin,
Yes.
of your third grade teacher.
That's
of that
exactly
person.
what you do. There are all these amalgamations of maybe somebody on TV, somebody from school, somebody from church, the nurse at the doctor's office, the dental assistant, whatever. And so, you can go to them. And that is the luxury of doing these characters that are yours. They're not anybody else's. And so now when we read a script, they don't tell you what to do.
No.
They just say, yeah, you go.
I always like a couple of sketches, pictures
Yeah.
of them, what they look like.
Yeah.
That always helps.
Yeah. If it's yeah, it's nice to know if they're young or old or, if they're male or female,
That's true.
But beyond that, they're not going to tell you. We know pretty much by this time, not to sound, snotty or anything, but we know by this time what they expect when they say, okay, your name is Billy Bob, and you run the Jiffy Lube, so go. And you know exactly what to do.
In West Covina. Oh, that one. Oh.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
now you're getting specific.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you can do it.
Yeah,
you can do it.
You know you can.
Yeah. It's interesting because people say, how do you remember, your characters?
Yeah.
And
People ask me that, and I don't know how you can forget them.
right.
Sort of.
But yeah, because you know exactly where you got it to start with, and you can conjure it up again. But the thing that happens eventually, of course, and the thing that scares me is, having some voices sound too much alike. Especially if they're in the same cartoon.
Oh, yes.
And especially if they're talking to each other.
Yes.
And
That's,
then I think
we don't like that.
when is somebody in the room going to say,
Yeah.
you might want to, and
Well, speed it up 4%, okay?
yeah,
Do that.
right?
Because that's what's happening.
I say that to like people all the time, to producers, and I say, could you just
Nudge it.
dial her up just a little bit, dial her up, because they used to dial us up a little bit on Tiny Toons, and they also on Animaniacs, like just a smidge, and I think that it gave it a really good quality.
I agree.
But
I think they did that with Travis Oates. He is the fellow who took over as Piglet for John Fiedler, the late great John Fiedler.
Yes.
And I remember he was there, and I just so happened he was getting his last call back, and I was doing Pooh and Tigger, and we were sitting there, and Rick Dempsey was there, our old pal.
Yeah.
Disney character voices, and he was sitting there, and we were friends, and he goes, "Boy, he sounds right next door. He's really good, isn't he?" I go, "Yeah. Can you speed him up 3%?"
Who said that? You or Rick?
Me.
You did.
Yeah, and the guy goes, "Yeah." And at the time, it was easier because it wasn't
I know.
literally
It was
they
dials.
Yeah, it was dials. Anyway, and all of a sudden, oh dear, there was Piglet, and we went, yeah, and it was so cool. I felt really good.
You know what? You did him a solid.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we've laughed about it. I said, by the way, the residual truck is late.
Thank you,
Mr. Piglet.
Back that right in, here.
Yeah.
Well, he's stopping at Frank's house.
Yeah, well,
and then he's going to be right over.
He'll be right over. the amazing Frank Walker, our buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's like the Mount Rushmore. He's on the Mount Rushmore.
I always say so. I always, I don't have any problems just saying.
Oh, me
That's
too.
the guy. That's the guy.
Well, I always say that he's. Let's see. I mean, I guess Don LaFontaine has his own groove.
Yes.
That.
Yes.
And then. I think June Foray is in there. She's
absolutely.
And these are Mount Rushmore people, and
absolutely.
You can spray paint my name on the sidewalk in front of Mount Rushmore, and I'll be happy.
That's right.
I'll take that. That's all. That's all I'll need. I think we both went to Catholic school.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I can remember.
Yes, sister.
Yes, sister. Is saying that the things that got me kicked out of class is how I make my living now. And so I think the joke's on Sister Mary Agnes.
The joke's on her. She doesn't even know.
Yeah. And
she sees that she's going to be so embarrassed.
Yeah, and they love me now for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All you have to do is put up a few scholarships and, next thing you know.
Did you give back?
Cummings wasn't all that bad.
Not that
What
bad.
their
But he was just a boy.
Yeah.
Were the Irish done?
Oh, yeah. That too.
Yeah, ours were fresh off boat.
Yeah. Sister Mary Brendan.
Oh, Sister Mary Brendan.
And she had a broken nose, and
poor
she couldn't hear, so that was good.
Probably couldn't smell either.
Yeah,
that's even better.
But it was great. She would go over, and it would be hot out, and she would
Where's
lift
this,
up
Ohio?
the window at Youngstown, Ohio. She would lift up. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, sister. I think, I'm glad you opened the window. Oh, a little higher. Yeah, and so farting nuns. Thank you.
Farting nuns.
I don't know.
Sounds like a new series.
I know. I can just see it now.
Yeah, not flying.
No.
See?
Yes.
Sister Bertrill. Sister Bertrill.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's just yeah. Well, I always said it's the stuff that used to get me kicked out of classes is what I make my living now.
Yeah, but all really, in the scheme of things, all very benign stuff. I mean, I understand why people might be upset if you disobey the rules a little bit, because there were probably 36 kids in your class. It was usually 36 to 40, and those classes were jam packed with kids.
Yeah.
There was no space, there was no time, and they kept you busy the whole time. There was no nap time. There was no coloring.
Yeah.
There was no
I used
playing
to take
with plants.
naps, but it's just pretending to write.
Should we play the voice swap game? Jim has a flight to catch, so we have to wrap things
voice
up pretty
swap?
soon.
Yes, it's a fabulous thing. Well, I can give you a character phrase of one of my characters, and then you do it in one of your characters. Then you do one of your famous catchphrases in your character, and then I'll do it in one of my characters.
No.
So
Now pressure's on. Now I feel bad.
Okay, well, maybe not. Let's see.
The competition is on. I know.
Yeah.
Let's all play some improvisational games.
Yeah. Okay, no. So let's
How
see.
about Tress just gives a voice and then Jim can do it? So it's no stress on Tress.
What?
Okay. No stress on Tress.
Yeah,
How about
right.
Tress does the quote and Jim will quote it in his character.
What's the
That way you
quote?
can just quote anything you want.
Any
Tress.
given one from any of your characters. And all I can think of as gadget is you used to complain about in every single show. I have to say, Monty, are you all right?
That's right.
And I remember that was
Right.
your one
Yeah, and if I
mini
could have
complaint.
if I could have patched all those "Are you all rights" together from every character in every show, it would have gone on and on.
Yes, it would.
Well, I don't know if you're a Futurama fan.
Sure.
Yeah, well, one of Mom's best quotes is, "Jam a squirrel in it, you crap." Is this a kid show?
Crap.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jam a squirrel.
Jam
in
a,
it.
yeah.
Okay, that should.
Jam a squirrel in it, you crap. Wait, or you bastard.
Oh, let's see. Well, then that
What
calls
about-
for Taz
I was going to say Pete.
or Pete. Well, here we go. Here's Pete. Jam a squirrel in it. You. Do I?
You crap.
It is crap. Okay. Jam a squirrel in it, you crap.
Now that seems.
There we go.
That seems like it fits.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you could put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Babs would say,
Do you like my ears better up or down?
Oh. Well, let's see. How about Darkwing Duck? Do you like my ears better up or down? Oh, crap. I don't have ears. See, I got crap in.
Wait,
There
can
you
you
go.
can you
I
say
got
that
two-
as the Cheshire Cat
Two
too?
craps. Oh, yes, the Cheshire Cat. What was the line?
Do you like my ears better up?
Do you like my... Do you like my ears better up or down?
now that seems fitting.
He's very languid.
Yes,
He's,
I love him. I love him.
he's probably a little stoned. Don't you think? A little
yeah,
bit. Could be.
mushrooms.
Mushrooms. He'd be smoking. A lot of smoking.
Could I have one personal request, Tress,
Okay.
being a massive Simpsons fan? Could I have you do Seymour the House is on Fire as Agnes from the Steamed Hams bit?
All right. Seymour, the house is on fire. Seymour, do you want me to tell you when it's 7 o'clock?
Yes, I do.
Seymour and I had a huge fight last night over the inflatable bath pillow.
I can just imagine. Very controversial subject, right?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
For years they've been fighting. For at least 30 years they've been fighting over the inflatable bath pillow.
What a beautiful annuity, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah. But
I mean, geez,
one grows weary.
Yes, one grows word, but not of opening envelopes.
No,
Yeah,
I have people to do that.
that's true. That's true.
No, it is good. And, of course, all of those people, after all of these many years, are like family to me, just like you.
Yeah, it's an interesting little
you were
group
like a
of us.
brother. You were like a brother to me. And
Well, ditto,
I've
thank
always
you.
been so grateful that it was us. It was us in the very beginning, and that
Yeah.
we kind of latched on to the ones that we loved right from the very beginning. And we're lucky enough to be able to work with each other damn near every single day.
Yeah,
We were so lucky.
Yeah,
It was like having a real
unbelievable.
job.
yeah, pert near,
Yeah.
pert near. Yeah, who'd have thunk it? And,
Certainly not me.
It's and I even though I knew I wanted to do this when I was 5, there ain't no guarantees.
Really? You knew that
mean,
young?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to do it. Well, I've told it before, but I saw Mel Blanc on a TV show.
Oh.
And my dad told me who he was, and I went, he doesn't have to stand in the corner from making weird noises. I'll do that. People like this fellow.
Yes.
I'll be
yes,
him.
indeed. Yeah.
So,
Well, that was very smart of you. I mean, I loved those cartoons. I loved the Warner Brothers cartoons and loved all the impressions that were in those shows. But, and those are the ones that I did, whenever I was, required to do an impression as a little kid
Sure.
to amuse somebody at the dinner table or
That's
whatever.
right.
But I never in my life thought that I would one day be doing it for a living. And so I feel blessed.
yeah. Well, I had no choice. If I couldn't do this, I don't know what the hell I would be.
Yeah.
I'd still be working on riverboats or
That's okay. I have a list. I have a list of things that you could.
Okay, good.
I
We're
keep you
doing
busy.
yard work at your house.
I
and-
keep you busy.
oh, I'm sure.
Oh, baby.
Well, thank you, buddy.
I love you
Thank
so much.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, ladies
I mean-
and gentlemen, Jim Cummings.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank
Many
you.
more to come.
That's
thanks to you.
awesome.
And when this airs, we'll have another 10,000, 100,000, just right like that.
Just like that, huh?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I
You
hope
know
that
your
will happen.
job out there. Where am I looking? You know what to do. Spread the word. Tress MacNeille, she's a big deal.
Like,
Huge deal.
Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Really good conversation.
Really fun.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the latest episode of Toon'd with Jim Cummings. As we mentioned during the podcast, thank you so much for helping us get to 100,000 subscribers. It's all been thanks to your support and the amazing Jim Cummings, of course, and producer Chris, and lovely guests like Tress MacNeille, who I consider one of the greatest voice actresses of all time. Probably the best. Don't forget to, if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, leave us a kind review as well. We do appreciate it. And comment below in this video and let us know what you thought of the episode. We do read all of your comments. It's all much appreciated. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and help us get to 200,000 subscribers. That's the next goal, 200,000 subscribers. I think we can do it, Jim, don't you?
We're almost there. What time is it?
We're almost there now, yes. And hope you enjoyed the latest episode of Tuning with Jim Cummings. We'll see you all next week.
Aggie.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Brandon.